Hello human beings, it is Cecily and today I am back to film another video. I'm going to be doing the 5 things that I hate about Paris. I hope this video doesn't come across as too negative. I just want to be completely honest with you guys. Every city is going to have their advantages and disadvantages, their positives and negatives. So I'm excited to share my opinion and let's just start with the video. I'm going to try to do this nice and quick. I have everything written down right here that I want to talk about. Just before we get into this video, I want to say that a lot of the things that I'm going to be mentioning are also present in other major cities of the world, so it can be kind of applicable to a lot of the big cities, the capitals, such as New York, LA. Number 1 is the littered areas and the dirtiness of some of the quartiers, the neighborhoods here in Paris. For example, the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th arrondissement, which are 3 different neighborhoods, are known as the most populaire, and populaire in English means most populated. There are a lot of immigrants and people who are on a lower salary living in these arrondissements, these neighborhoods. It can look kind of unkept at times and not very clean. Of course, in Paris, most of the touristy places they're much better looked after for the most part. But yes, as I said, some of the areas that are not so clean, they're not very pleasant to be around. The people that are living there are on a lower salary, so the crime rates are higher in these locations. I forgot to mention the people who are homeless, who are living in these areas, they find shelter in metro stations or even in the metro cars, in the metro carriages, and it can be kind of scary sometimes because I've had some violent and aggressive experiences. We're gonna move on to number 2. So the friendliness that is usually associated with Americans is not present in France. I definitely have found very, very sweet, kind, caring people here in France. But once someone gets to know you, that's when you get to see like the more happy, enthusiastic, and sweet side of them. For example, if you're going into a grocery store or you're just doing an errand, of course you do have to be polite with these people and they have to be polite towards you. It's what the social rules, I guess, are. But it won't get any farther than that. They won't really ask you how you're doing like they do in America. When you cash out at the store, people ask you, hello, how are you? They always have a smile on their face. The waiters are always very peppy. In France, it's not usually the case. French people actually have told me firsthand that they see this as very superficial. I just think that's a very big difference between the 2 cultures and the way that we interact with one another as humans. As I had lived for 15 years in America, I definitely grew up with this attitude. Whenever I even meet a stranger, it doesn't even have to be a friend, we go in with a hug, you say hello. French people, if you were to give them a hug on the first time you met them, they'd probably think you were insane or crazy. Have some pretty funny stories about that, to be honest. Number 3 is that Paris is very expensive. Many people can probably already assume this, as it is one of the major capitals of the world. For example, you can easily spend 15 euro on a meal out with friends. The most I've ever actually paid for a cocktail here in Paris, it hurts my heart to say this, I think I paid like 20 euros for a cocktail one time. That's the price you have to pay if you want to live in a major city. I have found some ways to budget my money and spend a lot less, finding those bars that you can get cheaper drinks, or finding those grocery stores or fruit markets where you can get your food for the week at a much cheaper price. Definitely a key tip for not hurting your wallet. The pollution can be a bit worse on some days than others, but for the most part it is just generally not very good. I do feel like I have to leave the city from time to time to just have a nice day or weekend where I can just breathe in fresh air. And I think that's super important to have every once in a while. Paris is actually very overpopulated, which links back to why the rent is really expensive, just because the housing issue is pretty serious. Everyone that wants to be living here, there's not enough space for everyone. So that Paris is overpopulated, which means that you can typically wait a long time for things. Yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope to make more videos like this in the future because I like talking and reflecting about what I experience on a typical daily basis. Like, I think it's really interesting to reflect on the things that we enjoy and what we really don't like. So yes, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!